creating my first videos, that the idea of posting videos and all the people from school seeing, or,
Oh,
all of my business associates seeing, it felt scary. But the reality of the situation is most of these people, they'll watch it, but they're not really going to say anything to you.
true.
And even if they do say something to you, well, it's just their opinion, right? And it goes back to what Les Brown says. Someone
Yes,
else's opinion of you does not have to be your
absolutely.
reality. And one thing I make sure I'm very strict with myself is I do not pay attention to, well, let me rephrase. I do not value the amount of likes, comments, or whatever a post gets,
Okay.
because you're going to put posts out there which just barely get anything, right? Barely any engagement at all. Maybe 1, 2 likes, maybe even 0 likes.
Yeah.
And it's easy to let your day get dictated by the amount of likes and comments you get. But that's not what you should do. That's allowing your entire external environment to dictate your internal feelings. And you do not want to do that. That is a slippery slope. So I just ensure that I post, I don't even, I pay it no mind. I don't get too high if I get a lot of comments. I do not get too low if I barely get any. It's very stoical, if you like, and with my
Wow.
approach to
Wow.
this. And I think that's important for people to think about, because I work with a lot of people who are now posting, creating videos, and they get hooked on. I guess it's the endorphins. It's like a drug. Where there's many
Yes.
shows indicating how social media works now, but you cannot get drawn into that. You have to stay level-headed, no matter how your post does.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think a lot, it's very easy for 99% of people are not doing what you're doing. And they wish they could be doing what you're doing, but all they can do is really judge you for it. And it's really, I think, the other day I had a podcast with a friend, and I was telling him that, how do you deal with criticism? He's like, a lot of people hate criticism. He's like, I love criticism. He's like,
Mm,
these are the people that actually show me that I'm doing something right, because they want to be doing what I'm doing. They just can judge me about it. And number two, they can really show me where the loopholes are.
yes.
Supporters sometimes sugarcoat things, and they're not gonna make you
Mm,
see it clearly. Because like,
yeah.
I really love the critics. I mean, as long as, of course, constructive criticism. If it's not, when
Yes.
really it can go away. I'm gonna just let it pass by, and I don't really care. But constructive ones, they're lovely. I don't want people to sugarcoat whether my workshops are nice or not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's something you should constantly seek out in your life in general,
Yes.
regardless of your posting, just your speaking, your career, whatever it is. You need to have someone in your life who gives it to you, raw, and
Yeah.
tells you exactly how it is from their perspective. And the worst thing in evaluations is to get whitewashes, because that does not serve you. I would rather get more constructive, more negative criticism, for instance, because it
Mm.
makes me think a little bit more about what I'm doing and what I can change. Because we need to constantly change to evolve and get better. If we stay the same, well, then we're staying in the past. We're staying stagnant. We're
That's
not
very
growing,
true.
right?
That's very true. I think also my friend told me the other day, he was like, I'd rather be criticized for something, rather than being criticized for something that doesn't exist. Because
Yeah,
I'm not going to be criticized at all. At least it exists.
yeah.
I mean,
And the
yeah.
thing is, you don't always have to take that criticism on board, right? Some
Mm,
criticism is false, is wrong.
that's very
Okay,
true.
everybody's not correct with their opinion, but at least by it being there, well, you can evaluate it yourself and decide if you want to take that in or if you don't. But at least it's there for consideration, instead of everyone just telling you how great you are.
That's very true.